This is the morning of the 27th article on NBC News. Title: Trump uses the Correspondents' Dinner shooting to renew his White House ballroom push. Let's listen to the short clip placed for 1:06.
Monica Alba is joining us now from the White House. And Monica, we're seeing a push today from the president's team to try to make the case that what happened last night shows why they need to build that controversial ballroom at the White House, even though, of course, the press dinner is considered a private event and not a government function.
Exactly, Hallie. President Trump very quickly pivoted to why he says his $400 million ballroom project is critical, insisting that the attempted attack would never have happened in his proposed space, which is currently tied up in court. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche today posting a letter to the group suing the Trump administration to halt the construction, with the DOJ calling the Washington Hilton demonstrably unsafe and arguing that the new ballroom would be essential for the safety and security of the president, his family, and his cabinet, while urging the National Trust for Historic Preservation to abandon its lawsuit entirely. And this, as members of both parties are now pushing for the ballroom to be built, with some GOP lawmakers even calling for legislation that could accelerate that process. Hallie?
Just a joke. Trump and his allies said the incident shows the necessity of the $400 million ballroom, even though it's far from certain that the annual dinner honoring the media would be held there. By Peter Nicholas of NBC News. Washington, President Dumpy Donald Trump, who was hustled out of the ballroom, he fell on his fat hamburger ass. Did you know that? Saturday night when a gunman dashed through a security checkpoint, 200 yards away from where he was at. It's just a complete joke. Is seizing on the incident to gin up support for White House ballroom that has faced legal challenges that threaten to shut down the project. That's exactly why they did this whole thing. Trump has made the argument in the hours after the annual White Correspondent Association dinner that the nation needs a fortified ballroom on White House grounds so that the president and government officials are not in peril. After laying out the security vulnerabilities of a busy hotel, Trump said in an interview with Fox News on Sunday that the 90,000 square foot ballroom he is building where the East Wing once stood is really what we need. He added that the ballroom was designed in conjunction with the military and in conjunction with the Secret Service. It's got every single bell and whistle you can possibly have for security and safety. A Tomahawk missile would turn it into dust like it did the accounting offices at the Pentagon. In a social media post Sunday morning, Dumpy, Trump added this event would never have happened with the military top secret ballroom currently under construction at the White House. It cannot be built fast enough. A federal judge has issued repeated orders blocking construction of the ballroom, holding that Trump exceeded his authority in proceeding without congressional approval. On April 17th, the federal appeals court allowed construction to continue while a suit contending that the work is unlawful winds through the courts. That's wrong. Now, coming off the frightening episode at the Washington Hilton, Trump's appointees and congressional allies are stepping in to eliminate judicial roadblocks and plump for Trump's passion project. On Sunday, the Justice Department sent a letter to the plaintiffs in the case, the National Trust for Historic Preservation, calling on the group to drop its suit. The White House ballroom will ensure the safety and security of the president for decades to come. He's not going to be there for decades. And prevent future assassination attempts on the president at the Washington Hilton, reads a letter from Brett Schulmate, Assistant Attorney General in the Civil Division. The letter assumes the White House Correspondent Association would agree to hold its annual dinner at a future White House ballroom, but that's not guaranteed. The dinner is an occasion to celebrate the First Amendment, like I got First Amendment rights with fucking YouTube. That point could get lost if the president becomes the host, the journalist, his guests. Money raised at the event helps pay for scholarships awarded to promising college students. The Hilton holds 3,000 people, whereas the Ballroom Trump capacity has a capacity of 1,000, meaning staging there could raise less revenue for a group that is hardly flush with cash. In a statement Sunday, the Associated Press said it would be meeting with assesses what happened to determine how to proceed. Separately, Lindsey Graham, what a piece of shit he is, another fucking poop pusher, told NBC News that he will introduce a bill Monday that would authorize the Ballroom and provide funds to pay for it. So far, Trump has relied on private donations to underwrite the project, which also includes underground medical facilities and a bomb shelter. Some people saw it, the Ballroom, as a vanity project, Graham said. I don't think that's true anymore. I just talked to the president, and the first thing out of his mouth was, we've got to get the Ballroom, not for me, but for future presidents. Senator Tim Sheeny, Republican Montana, also said Sunday that he would put forward legislation approving the Ballroom, as did Representative Lauren Bobette, Republican Colorado. It's an embarrassment to the strongest nation on earth that we cannot host gatherings in our national capital, including one attended by our president, without the threat of violence and attempted assassinations, Sheen wrote on X. Others questioned the sincerity of those who contended the answer to the terrifying incident at the hotel is a $400 million White House ballroom. Ned Price, a State Department spokesman under former President brain-dead hair plug Joe Biden, said, the whole thing to me seems a manufactured argument that is cynically taking advantage of this moment to make the case for the Ballroom project. That's exactly what it is. This is another one of those operations created in the Department of Justice and the CIA. A hot ticket on Washington's social calendar, the correspondent dinner has long been an event that past presidents didn't pass up. Trump was an exception. His appearance Saturday was the first as a president. The night figured to be a riveting bit of theater. He would have been taken apart because of the Epstein files. It's another reason they probably pulled that fucking shenanigan off. Tradition holds that in formal wear, the president and press corps toasts and roasts one another in a cocktail-infused spirit of camaraderie, however fleeting, not this time. As Trump sat with his wife, Melania Trump, on a dais at the Washington Hilton, shots rang out, and he and other senior government officials were quickly evacuated after he fell on his fucking fat ass. The suspect, Cole Thomas, out on 31 at Torrance, California, exchanged gunfire with law enforcement and was tackled. I'm surprised they didn't kill this guy. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche said on NBC News Meet the Press that preliminary findings show the suspect was targeting Trump administration officials. The incident has sparked fresh questions about continuity of government and the measures taken to ensure the president's safety. Continuity of government. You know what that is? If there's like a war or a nuclear attack, all those cocksuckers in the Senate and Congress and their families, they all get into a shelter. Maintain continuity of government. The thing's a fucking joke. Our president can't afford to be cocooned in the White House. A reality that Trump recognizes. White House aides have said that Trump needs a voracious campaign schedule if Republicans are to retain control of Congress and in midterm elections in November. Good luck with that. Okay, I don't care what kind of voracious schedule he has. They're toast because of him. Yet the more a president travels, the greater risk of assassination. 4 U.S. presidents were killed in office. As a candidate in 2024, Trump survived 2 attempts on his life. That's total bullshit. Look at his fucking pristine ear. Don't give me this crap, he got shot in the fucking ear. After Trump, next in line for presidential succession of Vice President J.D. Vance. How about Peter Thiel? You don't think Peter Thiel is going to be J.D. Vance's VP? Huh? You're fucking delusional. And Speaker Mike Johnson. Both were in the Ballroom Saturday. Had all been killed, and next in line would have been President pro term of the Senate, Chucky Grassley of Iowa. He's fucking 92 years old. He was at home at the night in New Hampshire, Iowa, according to the spokesman. He's fucking 92 years old. We don't want to change your ways too much, but you've got to be practical, Graham said. The venue matters a lot. Anytime we're having events that are not at the Capitol or the White House, we should think of a line of succession problems. Listen, this could have been far worse, he added. This guy was a lone wolf. And look at how he was able to come in, armed to the teeth. What if he had 10 people with him? What if he had 10 committed terrorists willing to die? It could have been carnage. I'm tired of reading this. It's all bullshit. It's just total bullshit. I think this was a planned event to do exactly what it's done, to push forward his bullshit agenda, to distract people from the Epstein files. And I think he is a full-blown pedophile. We'll see, won't we?